Turn the monitors up, lock the soundproof door, and pray you can hit the kill switch in time. Tonight's movie is Undertone, a skin-crawling thriller about corrupted audio files, lost tape reels, and the total biological failure. The meta horror of listening to a podcast about a movie where listening to a podcast literally destroys your nervous system isn't lost on us. So if your speakers start vibrating weird tonight, don't say we didn't warn you. I'm Jeffy.
I'm Samantha.
And this is the Spooky Frog Podcast.
We're doing it.
We're doing it.
Again.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
Again.
Yeah. Again, because I started recording without any audio, because I am a great guy, audio engineer. Professionals.
Yes.
And to celebrate our
Being
professionals, we have ourselves some personal pan pizzas. Just like back in the day.
When we were Book It kids.
We were Book It kids. And
Yes.
if the kids listening don't know what a Book It kid is, Book It was a scholastic program through Pizza Hut where if you read a series of books throughout the summer, you could earn yourself a personal pan pizza.
Was it like 100 books or something? Or
I don't remember what it was. I'd have to look up the details. I could Google it.
You could Google it.
I will Google it.
You're going to Google
I
it.
will
Because
Google
if you
it.
give him a nugget, he's going to get stuck on the nugget and then he's going to run with the nugget.
I will Google it.
But I remember, like, I read so many books as a kid because I was like a little loner, kid just reading in my room or being feral in the woods. And at some point, they're like, "Did you actually read all of these?" I'm like, "Yes." The library wouldn't let me take out anymore because that's just what I was
It's a common
doing.
question because it comes up in the, in the
really?
feed. It was 5 books.
That's it?
That's
no
it.
wonder I was like, I can't believe that I wasn't some sort of like rampantly unhealthy child. Probably because I was feral and running in the woods.
I just want to show the audience. It's true.
Well,
We have them.
we've
We've been nibbling.
I have been nibbling.
We've been nibbling away.
Nibbling.
Here we go. But we did it.
I'm actually going to continue. To
You know what? Cheers.
Cheers.
To 1 year.
1 year of nobody watching us.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Of
so good.
screaming directly into the void.
You know what? If I had to pick anybody to scream into the void with, though, it would be you.
Oh, I feel the exact same way. The exact same way.
You know what? If at the end of the day, all this serves is to give a time capsule for us to inflict ourselves upon a new generation many years in the future after we're gone, I'm okay with that.
I cannot wait to tell future Jeffy, or I can't wait for future Jeffy to tell current Jeffy how wrong I am about all of my opinions on all of these films. I'll tell you.
I love that.
In my, from 16 to like 24,
Mhm.
shout out to Michael Adler.
Oh, yeah. He was a huge influence on your musical and movie tastes.
Yes, he was. Even though we don't agree on almost
And art.
anything. But like the way that he looks at art and
Yes.
how he looks at art changed the way that I see art.
Yeah.
One way, very in particular, and I think I've already told this story, but I'm going to tell it again
Do it.
for anyone who hasn't heard this in the past. You know, I used to follow actors a lot. When I would
that's right.
would go down
Yeah.
a rabbit hole of a particular actor, and that actor would usually pick on projects that I would also like.
Mhm.
You know, and then Michael said, Mikey, as he is known, he said, "Why are you doing that? You should follow directors."
Yeah.
And that changed the game for me because then I started following directorial
Yes.
and it was like, wow, you can really see the DNA of the director in these films.
Yeah, and I mean, take for example, like obviously there's, my favorite directors, but like, okay, when you see a Wes Anderson film, you know you are seeing a Wes Anderson film. When you have somebody say, "Hey, there's a new Wes Anderson film," you know what you're signing up for.
Mhm.
There's like a very specific thing that they're doing. Are you going to nibble? Because
I'm thinking about nibbling.
I know it's very hard for me to not nibble because this is like a little special treat. I never get delivery. I never get takeout. Like I'm very much a meal prep girly.
Mhm.
And like, it's very rare that I get a little treat.
Ooh, little treat.
I'm very excited.
So next year we'll do it again.
Yes.
Yeah, every year we'll
Every year.
get a little
And
yes.
shout into the void
Yes.
about things that we love, that we think other people really should like too. But I feel like you didn't exactly like this movie. I feel like you're
I've
not
watched a
jazzed about it.
series of horror films that I have not been exactly ecstatic about the endings.
Same.
And the one that comes to mind the most prominently is the new Netflix film, The Last House.
Yes, which I'm excited to actually see, but now I'm kind of like,
Well, I'll say it was a great Lost-style thriller in the beginning.
okay.
For all of like
I'm
a
in.
half an hour, I was like, "Ooh, maybe the 27% score on Rotten Tomatoes
It's
is
just a lot.
wrong."
Well, because sometimes you'll get a bad Rotten Tomato score and it'll mean absolutely nothing.
Well, sometimes it'll just be a really dumb film that was overhyped for being a really smart film.
Or it'll be divisive and there's just people are either going to love it or hate it, and the people that hate it are just more vocal. Like there's a couple like that. Skinamarink is one like that, where either you love that movie,
Yeah.
or you absolutely think it is hot garbage.
Yeah.
And like usually you're going to get the more vocal side that didn't like it. You
That's
would
how I
just
feel
lose
about.
your mind with
Yeah,
no,
you think
and
so?
not in a good way.
I'm gonna watch it just because I want to get that reaction. I just want to see.
You are going to text me and be like, why am I doing this to myself?
Sure.
Why did you do this to me? Like, this is...
But sometimes you got to take yourself out of your comfort zone and do that.
Yes, I would recommend
That's how you build a palate.
black out the room, make sure there is no noise, like the way that movie uses
mean like
silence.
my bedroom?
Yes, like your bedroom.
Should we tell them about my bedroom?
We can tell them about your bedroom. We can.
So, I'm a little crazy when it comes to... Yeah.
Really? Everyone's shocked.
I'm a little anal. I'm a little anal.
A little.
A little. And one of the things that I'm really particular about is sleep hygiene.
Yes.
So white noise control.
For like 3 years.
Yeah. Well, this was well before that.
Oh.
I mean, I've been at it for 10 years doing.
Yeah, you've always liked it dark.
Yeah. So my room is fully blacked out. I have no TV in the room, although there is a projector that
so you can
drops down to 100-inch.
But it's projector. Not just there in the background.
It's not. No ambient, whatever going on in the background. No light. Only a ceiling fan for a little. Yeah, for a little bit of.
For the 3 people that might get that reference.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people know the Ghostbusters, but okay. I hope so. But Dear God,
you're a fan guy. So. You like a fan.
You like none of that. You like light. You like no noise.
So I hate white noise. Mm-hmm. It actually makes me angry. Like I get agitated if I have white noise. I also don't like extra, like I don't like darkness. I want to be able to see out my windows. Like a second story with windows open all the time is my comfort zone because I can see and hear anything that's coming. Like I need to have that sensory input. So if you give me a blacked out room with white noise, I'm going to lose my mind.
Bury me in the dirt. Yeah. That's where I want to be.
I mean, I
want to be cold.
Is that also my responsibility? Do I have to dig the hole for you too?
Yes. Bury me in the dirt. Yeah. But my new thing is, the way that my room is set up is one wall becomes an entire movie theater screen.
Which is fun.
So that's like the end of the bed. And now I bought one of those bed platforms that turns into
really
like
cool when you showed me that. Yeah,
it turns into like a recliner. And there's this zero gravity, this zero G button you can press. And literally I'm just like laying out in a zero G fashion, watching a film and really being in it.
I have a futon that we had custom made from Brady Street Futons when they were still around to make it extra firm. And that's on a box spring.
Sure.
So
in the light.
Dead
silent.
This is why I have my own room.
Sure.
Because then I can have things my own way.
Yeah.
My own little weird way.
Yeah.
Where were we going with the sleep hygiene? How did that even get started?
I don't know.
I got lost.
Too.
It was
the film follows Evie Babbitt, a skeptic paranormal podcaster caring for her comatose mother, when she receives a set of disturbing, unexplainable phone recordings tied to an old folkloric threat. Her clinical skepticism starts to unravel. As each new file draws her deeper into the phenomenon, the boundary between her work, her family trauma, and ancient fear completely collapses.
So she's Scully.
Yeah.
She's Dana Scully.
It's Scully with a podcast in a younger form dealing with mother trauma.
How much younger? How young is this woman?
I think she's supposed to be...
Because Scully started out...
Late
she was
20s.
So Scully was playing a late 20s character when she was 24.
All right, fine. Scully.
I'm going to just vomit X-Files information at you.
Understood.
Okay.
Excellent. I'm glad we had this talk.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm just
But it is getting
when I'm reading this off, I'm reading this off of
IMBD.
IMBDB. So just understand, you got to bear with me.
IMBNB.
IMBNB. I'm reading it off of Pornhub.
You know what? Yes. You know what? I wonder if I heard that people give weird recommendations on that, or I don't know.
Oh, on there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was a guy that was
community?
updating. That was when you could do more user submitted videos. People would put up really weird stuff on there, like making an egg, or people would give recipes in the comments.
Okay, that's actually really wholesome.
If there was a lot of funny
adorable
stuff that was going on down in the comments.
Can I tell you?
And then there was also a lot of terrible 4chan level garbage going on.
Why do people have to ruin everything?
Because they're people.
Can I give you a YouTube hole to go down?
Sure.
You suck at cooking.
Okay.
I need you to just watch that. We will reconvene next week. This is your homework assignment.
I will watch it.
You will need to go watch You Suck at Cooking, and I will message this to you later because you're going to find it very, very funny.
I love this. I love homework.
Yes, assignments. Yes.
Assignments. Just like the Bucket Club.
Does that mean I get to take another bite?
Yes.
Okay.
Take another bite. I'll tell you about the skeptics setup. So Evie uses her podcast to systematically debunk paranormal claims while handling the relentless, isolating burnout of caring for her comatose mother. So while she's handling those kind of things, she's kind of debunking on this podcast, and they're recording in pieces.
And Mom is in a hospital, or is she?
No, she's in her childhood home. So this was actually an indie film that was filmed in just a home.
Oh my God!
It was done for a very short budget. It was obviously not as successful as what is it? Obsession.
Oh yeah.
But it was another small budget film, and this was brought on by A24. A24. Mm-hmm. I don't know how you say that. A24? A24? I think it's A24.
I think it's A24.
Is it?
I don't know.
I think it's A24.
Well, I think it's A24.
Well, tell us in the comments.
Yeah, tell us which one of us
One of us
wrong.
is an idiot.
Yeah,
guess which one this week.
Hey, hint, it's both. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. We're both idiots.
I do appreciate I think I needed somebody to bounce Obsession off of because I watched it by myself. Which I watch a lot of my movies by myself. And I think I just needed another human to kind of talk through it with. Sure. And then I liked it a lot more the more we talked about it.
Sure. Did I already just talk about Michael Adler? Are we in a loop?
We are in a loop.
Am I losing my
It's
mind?
Groundhog Day.
Oh my God. All right, I'm going to move right along. The folkloric connection, as Evie analyzes the waveform stems, traces the audio patterns back to folklore, sensory-based entity. The fear shifts from, is this fake, to analyzing. It's kind of drawing closer. So, I mean, it's coming in waves. It's one of those very... found footage style, it's coming. It's
giving me Archive 81.
Yeah.
And then it's also reminding me of the editing that I have to do for the audiobook narration, where I'm just having to go over the wave. I have to watch the waveforms, right? Mm-hmm. So when you narrate an audiobook, if you're not famous, you do all of this yourself, where you have to record onto a program and then you do your own editing, right? So you're literally looking at the waveform of you talking, and you have to find all those little tiny noises. Your mouth makes a lot of freaking noises, a lot of them. And you're going to be really annoyed with yourself. And then you're going to have to go and delete all those little noises. And then you're going to have to figure out where you screwed up, go back, splice something in. And it's looking at all of that. Mm-hmm. And there's times where I've been listening in headphones to try and hear something, and all of a sudden I must have coughed or something while I was recording. I was totally freaked out. So yeah, this is I'm getting good vibes here.
Yeah, and that's kind of what she was doing. I mean, she's drilling down into these files, and then also they're finding different playing nursery rhymes in reverse.
Oh, creepy.
Is doing some things.
That's creepy.
And I don't want to get too spoiler with it, but there's a lot of opportunity there for some shocking revelations, and it's fun.
Does Mom play into this at all?
So Mom and her are the only people in the film.
Oh, I love this.
So, I
There's-
mean, those
I
are the
love-
only characters that you see on screen, I'm pretty sure.
There is a great film from a couple years ago. I think it was 2024, 2025, where it was You'll Never Find Me, I think it was called. And there was basically 2 actors and 1 set.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's basically what this is.
fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Really
I'm
fantastic.
trying to think if anyone else was even featured in the film. I don't think so.
That's really cool. I really like
The
that.
monster, you know? I mean, there is a reveal at some point.
Please tell me they don't like give away the reveal too quickly, because if
No.
there's anything that I
No,
can't
they
stand,
don't,
it's
but-
like, please don't.
But I'll tell you, I
spoil.
was disappointed.
Oh, no.
So Evie Babbitt, sharp, weary podcaster whose reliance on logic and audio equipment gets systematically weaponized against her,
Oh, okay.
right?
Unlike
And then the mother, a nonverbal comatose serving as the emotional anchor and primary source of this is her isolation.
Okay.
Like, this is what's keeping her
So she's
in the
kind of
home.
like stuck
She's taking
being
care
a
of her mother.
caretaker
Yep.
and her own.
Oh, you know what? No, she does end up going out. She
Oh,
does
okay.
end up going out, and she goes and gets a drink.
Oh,
I do
okay.
remember that.
All right. Well, good,
Yep.
good for
So
her.
that, well, sorta.
Oh, no. She's just trying to like go out and have a drink. And
Yeah, no, it didn't work
oh,
out.
no.
Yeah.
Oh, this poor lady. I feel so bad for her.
The sound design in this, really good.
Yeah?
I really enjoyed the sound design. I really enjoyed the set design. I think it's a really well-done film, especially for, what it was, $700,000 budget or
Oh, that's
something like
it?
that. Just another one
Okay,
of
so
those
this was
little...
very, very low
Yep.
budget.
Yep.
So one of the things that actually fascinates me about certain movies is there are certain movies that the sound is really what makes it or breaks it.
Mhm.
And so I will take Skinamarink again. Its lack of sound is actually what does it. There is no backtrack. There is almost no dialogue. And there's a movie I really dislike from last year. So from 2025, there was In a Violent Nature. And I know like so many people love this movie. I just didn't like it. I thought it was boring and that the kills were just like gratuitous for no reason. Like they didn't, there was no emotional connection to them, but their use of silence was very good.
Mm-hmm.
Is that kind of what we're doing
Less is
here, where the sound is really like the key driver of the suspense?
I think that they were trying to build towards that.
Okay.
And I think that they were trying to continue to build on kind of eeriness.
Okay,
And
so
they
more
were
like
trying
atmospheric.
to get into your head a little bit, and I don't think it did it I don't think it really achieved that. I mean, it was good, but I think it had goals, lofty goals, that it never achieved, unfortunately.
Do you know if this was just a film or was it based off of like a book or anything like that?
No, it's a film.
Okay. Well, that's why it sucks, because it wasn't. I'm sorry, people who were never going to watch this that were involved in this film.
What I think the biggest point here is the difference between grief and skepticism, and where that line and bridge toes, right? It really explores how analytical cynicism, right? When you're using that to hide from personal trauma.
Which I think both of us are very analytical,
Mm-hmm.
skeptical people, and we both are very scientifically driven. And I could see both of us kind of falling into that, where like our natural, not cynicism, because we're not cynical. We're more just like
Sometimes we're cynical.
Sometimes we are cynical. But like
sometimes our logic is a shield.
Yes.
But then
we're like,
what happens when logic is no longer enough to protect you?
Yeah.
And that's really the question that this film asks. And that's the reason that I'm talking about this film today
is because of that
question. It's not because it had a killer ending. It's not because of the set design or even the fact that it's a horror podcast and we're a horror podcast and we're talking about a horror podcast on the horror podcast. Right? Now that I love that.
I do love that.
I do love that. And maybe that was a little bit of the reason. But I'll say that question is probably the bigger, broader thing that brought me there. Because it is what continues to keep her from going, we should probably stop. Because she, you know what? I don't want to give that away. I'm not going to give that one.
Like our internal dialogue has already explained all of this away.
I'm going to say
totally
you need to watch this film because there are some takeaways that I think are really delicious. And I think sharing it with our audience is a really good idea because, man, I think it's a good
I think sometimes our own like skepticism and our own sort of reliance on how we know the world to be can sometimes not allow for a certain open-mindedness and experimentation that needs to be there in order to drive innovation. And like, if somebody never thought of like, oh, why does that apple drop? The world might not be how it is. Or like, maybe the sun is not circling around us. Like maybe it's the opposite way around. Like, you know, there's things that we just haven't learned yet. And assuming that we know everything about the universe is kind of a hole that you can get stuck in. Now, don't go too far the other way.
Right.
There's some things that's like, okay, we know what the sun is now. Like, we know that the earth isn't flat.
They used to think that the sun was a chariot running through the sky.
Right, yes. And
nobody knew what anything was. And there are still things that we don't understand.
Right.
You know,
even about our own oceans.
Oh, not at all. Yeah. Let's.
I'm going to be in an ocean soon.
Hey, Sam's leaving us for an ocean.
I am.
That's very exciting. I'm very excited for you.
I'm very excited. I'm terrified.
You know what? I got to say, I'm not afraid at all. And it's because.
Of anything.
No, for you.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason. I know you're not. But I just want to say, you're one of the most capable people that I know.
little tiny MacGyver.
Yeah. And I would love to watch you from afar travel the entire globe. I would subscribe to that podcast.
You're going to be my one subscriber.
I will be your one subscriber,
my
cheering
patron.
you on the entire way.
I did buy a little camera that can clip onto like a baseball cap.
Do that.
So that when I'm doing the kayaking or the whale watching, that like there can...
Do you want to tell the people where you're going?
Yeah.
So they don't know what you're talking about.
So I'm going on vacation. So we will be here next week.
Yes.
But by the time that next week's episode comes out, I will be gone.
Kayaking.
Well, I'm going to do a lot of things. So I'm going to be on an island off the coast of Washington State. So
go find her.
I mean, try, but like really hard to do that. I had such a good time in Alaska last year that I wanted to find another place that had ocean and mountains. And then I was like, wait, we almost saw an orca. Where can I go see orcas? And so I kind of just randomly by kismet built out this trip. And now I've got, a whale watching boat. I'm going to be doing some kayaking, maybe with orcas, maybe not. If the weather is right, I might be going to do some like a Hawaiian catamaran to go look at bioluminescence in the ocean at night.
It's amazing.
Which is just terrifying. We're like, I like water. I don't sometimes like what's inside of the big waters. So, but I'm still going to do it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've been kayaking in quite a few places and in ocean and non-ocean and the Gulf of Mexico, in Milwaukee. Milwaukee doesn't have any of the big things that are scary. But like, even when you kayak around a manatee, like they're huge and they're a giant farty potato in warm water.
Same.
But they're huge. But they're huge, and it's sometimes intimidating because you are not a large thing. You are a tiny speck inside of a very large thing, and it gives you that perspective of being a small thing again.
Yeah.
And it just alters everything. But I am very excited.
Every once in a while, I think every human needs a good reminder that we are not as omnipotent as we would like to believe.
And especially here, I mean, there's that American exceptionalism where everyone here thinks that America is the only place to be, that the U.S. is
and that we're all kings.
Right. And that even, so if you're in online groups and if they are mixed in terms of where they're located around the globe, the Americans will just think that everyone else knows where everything in America is and that everyone else is American. And it's really weird to see. So I'm in a group of identifying tracks, right? Like animal tracks. And moderators will have to constantly remind people, you need to tell us where in the world you are, not just what state or county you are in. I'm in Gatlinburg. Okay, but somebody in Australia doesn't know where that is.
Right.
And it's by 100% of the time, the Americans will not realize this. And 100% of the time, the other countries will.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just bizarre to think about. So I think realizing that you are smaller than you think you are, and the only way that you can actually be successful in terms of humanity is to work together.
Yeah, I mean, it's American trope that Americans think this is the greatest country in the world.
Right.
And usually those people have never been to another country.
Right. Like
the vast majority of the people who say that have never left the United States and have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah. Which is funny because, you get people that do come here from countries that have really horrible economic or human rights situations. And, they're coming here because they want a better life and they really appreciate what we do have here. And then you get the people that are here that think that it's the best in the world without actually appreciating it.
Right.
And don't want to make it better.
I just love
They're
the
pulling up
people
the ladder,
here in
too.
Wisconsin that say that this is the greatest nation on earth when we are 9 hours from Toronto.
Yeah.
Which is, I would say Canada is damn near better than America. And if they'd let me in, I would go.
I mean, they did let you in once. They're going to let you in again.
Yeah, but they don't want me to stay.
In a couple weeks. I mean.
They know I stink of the USA. I'm loud.
You know what, though?
I'm rude. I'm rash.
You are you're the human megaphone.
Yeah.
Do they want that? Do they have a need for that? No.
They don't want any of that.
Yeah, they don't. Okay.
No, they want more, Ontario, Quebec-y kind of like, oh, sure.
Quebec
yeah, real quiet,
is not
guys.
in Ontario.
I know. I'm saying they want
it's like
Quebec-y
if you
and
try
Ontario
and talk to,
kind of people.
Yeah.
Like those are two different territories.
I don't know. I think the rest of Canada would have some words about Quebec in general, but
Quebec.
Yeah, Quebec.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did
Also, they don't like Toronto.
Right, it's Toronto.
Toronto.
Yeah. Yes.
So I said it Toronto a lot.
You did. I know.
Just
to irritate people. Yeah. There's a lovely podcast that I listen to called Wicked and Grim, and they are out of BC, Canada. And it's a husband-wife team. They're just lovely. And I've been listening to them since they got started. And like part of my dream is like, maybe I could just like hop, skip, and like go visit. They have a tiny house and they have chickens, and I want to pet their chickens.
Oh, I do like a chicken.
I do like a chicken.
Yeah. So getting back to this
we have
film.
an actual movie, really?
Yeah. So
Will I eat this pizza?
Yeah, eat that pizza, and I'll tell you more about this thing. So, Evie in our podcast systematically debunking all of these paranormal claims while handling the relentless, isolating burnout of caring for a comatose mother. The setup makes her skepticism feel more like a defense mechanism rather than a personality trait. Like she's just really on the defensive. There's a lot of religious paraphernalia in the home.
Oh, okay.
And you can definitely tell that was a big part of the upbringing.
I mean, that happens a lot when you have a religious parent and a child that is totally going the opposite direction.
Mm-hmm. So the first audio file that they open up of the 10 arrives containing distorted low-end field audio. It's just like a standard ghost hunting track, something along those lines. But the frequency profile is acting erratic, and it's triggering immediate distortion, and there's setup glitches and all kinds of things like what would happen in a horror film, and then none of that really stops until the very end, right? So like it continues to come and break things down. So Evie's usual debunking toolkit fails, and the more she tries to isolate the clean, rational explanation to the audio, the more it directly impacts all of her physical space and her psychological stability.
That is giving me Archive 81.
And she's very much in a position of caring for her mother, total isolation, because she can barely leave.
Right.
Because she is her mother's sole
invalid.
Sole caretaker. And they do show her try and have a little bit of a life and then come back into things and how that impacts the entire world. Yeah, it's
kind of crushing.
It's a very crushing film. It's very isolating.
I do love
But I'll say one thing. Evie, turn on a fucking light. There's no reason you need to be doing any of this in the dark.
I am going to be 100% because and my electric bill and my boyfriend will be very upset with me, but I want every light in the house on when I am there because I would like to see everything. I hate dim lighting. I hate like the way that, so Jeffy has his computer on dark mode and everyone has their phone on dark mode. I literally cannot see when you do that. It makes me angry.
I don't mind a dimmed light.
I hate a dimmed light.
The fact that she's recording her podcast in the dark
is
on a kitchen table,
like a spooky vibe? Is that?
If she's the skeptic, why would she need a spooky vibe?
I mean, maybe it's to get into the spirit. I don't know. I haven't seen
the spirit of
yet.
what? She's trying to debunk stuff. I don't understand. I don't understand this.
You're just gonna eat some pizza.
I'm flames.
Yes. So it's kind of, I do like that a visual medium has been playing with an auditory format for a little bit now. So we have this. There was also a movie from a couple years ago called Rabbit Trap. And that had to deal with recording sounds in nature and spooky things happening with that. And then one of the movies that started out really good, it was fine. It wasn't great. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't super great. Within the Pines, that one I think came out 2 years ago.
Okay.
And that one is another like guy goes into the woods because he's an audio recorder and is like recording stuff. I do like that the concept of an audio medium in a visual format is being represented and how different directors are kind of playing around with that too.
Are we just talking about the films that kind of relate to this right now?
I guess we kind of fell into that, didn't we?
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me throw a couple in the ring as well.
Okay.
The Ring.
You know what? I never thought of that.
And it's because you're receiving an audio file that is a countdown that basically says you're going to have a demise at the end of this.
Okay.
And that's
I'm willing
that's
to
the
accept
thing here.
That.
Yeah. And then I would say Archive 81 for the obvious the obsession of restoring corrupted media files and all of that.
Yeah, it's so perfect.
And then I would just say that would be the only two.
I don't know. I would go Pontypool too, actually.
Would you?
I would, because that one, they're in a recording booth. It is a sound that is triggering things that happen. Not having seen Undertone yet myself, I'm still throwing Pontypool in there because that's what I'm going with as a person. I have decided.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say we're going to do the Does the Dog Die?
Oh, okay. Yeah. What are our
Do we survive?
I have a feeling I'm going to get tripped up a little here.
So I've actually got us dead even.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I've got us dead even.
Okay, I'm here for this.
So I have an 85% rate. You have an 85% rate. You have a refusal to engage with sketchy, anonymous audio submissions in the first goddamn place.
I'd be like, no, we're not doing this. Why would we do this? This is stupid. I'm throwing it in the trash. I'm sending it return to sender.
And I'm kind of in the same thing. As soon as an unvetted audio file causes system instability, I'm going to be like,
a link.
what is happening here? No. We're not doing that. So the risk is, for me at least, spending extra time like running a spectrum analyzer or analyzer
you're gonna try and
before pulling the plug. Yeah. And then for you, it's getting drawn in briefly by kind of like the folklorian
because
history.
I won't be like, there's not a part of me that would initially be like, this is spooky. This is spooky, but like, let me
that's interesting.
I want the answer.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So that's like the only risk we have, and it's limited.
Yeah. We do pretty well
Very
here.
limited.
I'm actually, you know what? I'm proud of us.
Together, 85%.
Yeah, I think that the only risk that we have is if both you and I were like really interested and you'd be like, hey, I can analyze this way. And I'd be like, oh, well, I can listen to it this way and we'll figure this out. And then we're done.
And I think we'd both be Scully in this. So I think our Sculliness would be the only reason.
Like every other episode in that first few seasons.
And that's pretty much what happens here. Not kidnapping, but like the only reason that this character ends up in the trouble that she is in is because she is unwilling to see the evidence that is around her that isn't obviously explained by her worldview.
I kind of like that.
I do too, and that's the only reason we're talking about this film.
That's right, because you didn't ultimately like the ending.
I don't. No, I don't like where it ended up, but I also don't want to spoil it.
Right,
So
yeah.
I'm not going to really talk about it.
I should download this
Y'all
to
should
watch.
you all should watch the film and then hit me up in the comments.
Tell us why we're wrong.
And yeah, tell me
Tell
why
Jeffy
I'm a
why
big dumb
he's
dog.
wrong in particular.
Speaking of dogs, does the dog die?
Yeah.
So content trigger and warnings, really it's just auditory stress. So the auditory stress is high. If you don't like that kind of thing, why are you watching horror? Really? Like,
well, you know what? This actually came up in a group that I'm in where somebody was very upset about trigger warnings in a YA horror book. And luckily they got dragged in the comments because you can bypass trigger warnings. If you don't want to listen to them, fine. But especially in YA horror, let it go.
what is YA?
Young adult.
All right.
Children's.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I am a big fan of, you know what? You can skip past a trigger warning, but if you have something specific that really is like a true trauma for you, PTSD, you're just like, you know what? I don't want to watch a movie that has some animal like bad things happen to. I just don't. Like my limit is I didn't even like what was happening in Obsession with that. Like that was
Sure.
I was not happy with that.
Yeah.
And had I known ahead of time, I might not have actually watched it, or I would have skipped over that part actually.
Sure.
So having a trigger warning doesn't mean that you aren't a fan of horror. It just means that there's certain preferences that you have.
Sure. But if you don't like spooky noises.
Well, right. If you don't like spooky, well, then
I am all for trigger warnings.
But spooky noises,
other than the dumb ones.
Right.
Like there are certain trigger warnings. Like if you have a lot of flashing in your films, and telling somebody that they could have an epileptic seizure before they watch the film.
That is good.
Good. Saying that my spooky movie has spooky noises. Warning, spooky noises ahead. And I'm just going to be like,
ghost movie.
Yeah, exactly. There's a ghost in my ghost movie.
Yes.
Yeah. There's also milk in my cereal. You know, like what are we like? There are times that we take things too far. Yeah. Just to prove some withering point, and you're beating it to death. You know, I just have a problem because there's not enough subtext or context in any of our dialect anymore, because everybody's got a hill to die on.
Yeah, there's no nuance.
Everybody makes this broad statement, this big broad brush. I'm against this. I hate this.
Yeah.
And that's the part that I have a problem with. You know what I mean?
And what's interesting about that too is with every person that is like that is against all these things, what are you for?
Yeah. What have you done?
What are you actually for?
What have you done?
Positive are you bringing to this situation, whatever you're involved in?
All right.
Anyway.
So
that's our
medical caregiver distress. So if you don't
hard.
Yeah. So if unresponsive comatose family members, things like that.
Yeah.
You know, finding, you know, your parental person deceased or looking like.
Yeah.
That can be a problem for some people. Psychological terror. That's pretty high. I mean, it's the sleep deprivation, it's the paranoia, it's the loss of rational control, which is kind of what drives all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, give me that
That's what I'm saying. Like, the premise of this film, the offering of this film is so good. You know what? We were just at the State Fair.
Yes.
And I will say that this film is exactly like a cream puff.
Okay.
On the outside, the cream puff looks delicious.
It seems like a good idea.
It seems like a great idea. It is a really nice, what is it? Some sort of like pastry,
yeah.
Almost kind of like
I don't like pastry.
Well, I like pastry. and then inside it looks like this creamy something, right?
It was the dill dog.
Oh, it's for you, the dill dog.
It was for me, the dill dog.
But for me, it's the cream puff because when you bite into a cream puff, it's nothing. It is literally a puff. It is just whipped cream in the middle.
Right, and you're like,
and
why did I
hate all of that.
Why did I spend the calories on
Those are the worst calories to spend. I don't like whipped cream, though. I don't like soft thing. Like
it's a texture thing for you?
Well, I just want something with substance. Yeah.
Yeah.
The texture is of air. Like I'm just eating like calorie heavy air. And I don't like that.
That's disappointing. Yeah.
It is disappointing. And that's how I feel about this film. That it was such a good premise.
The dill dog was also a good premise.
Yes.
And then the batter was too sweet. And there was like the pickle to hot dog ratio was not as advertised. That is a lie.
Yeah.
the advertisement was a lie.
That's true.
And that made me angry because that
should have been a thick dog.
It should have been, and instead it was all pickle, no dog. And
lots of pickle, no dog.
Lots of pickle, no dog. And then there was like some kind of very sweet batter. And I'm like, why are you doing this to me?
So that was
I just walked around for hours in the sun as a goth. And you are giving me sweet batter on a pickle with a hot dog in it. And not even enough of that.
Yeah.
And
it was not great.
That's what grinds my gears.
So really, so psychological terror, that's all you get in this.
Which is fine.
There's nothing else. No dogs die, no nothing like that.
I'm good with that, actually.
So really only skip this if you're sensitive to heavy audio pressure, sustained low frequencies, disorienting soundscapes, that kind of thing. It's all very, humdrum. If you find depictions of long-term medical caregiving or comatose family members distressing,
and that can be hard for people.
That can be hard, especially if you just lost a loved one.
Yes.
I
think a lot of people that went through COVID with loved ones probably have some feelings around that too, which almost makes this more impactful.
Yes.
I have some book recommendations to go with.
Hit me with the book readies.
Okay, so when you told me we were doing this, obviously I have not seen this movie, but I have a couple of books that would go along with it. So Found Audio by N.J. Campbell. That one is Found Audio. So very easy transition there. And then we've got Closer by Sarah Gran. That one's more mainstream, whereas Found Audio is more indie. And then also, please listen to Archive 81. Like, as an audio podcast about an audio medium, listen to that first. Then watch the show. I think it actually completes it for you. And it's the opposite way of I normally like to see things. So my rule, when there's a book and movie combo, I like to watch the movie first and then read the book as a expansion on the movie.
Sure.
Because if you read the book and then watch the movie, you're going to be disappointed. Somebody's not going to look like, take Carrie, for instance. And they're redoing Carrie. Carrie in any of the movie iterations does not look like Carrie. Doesn't look like what she looked like in the book. So if you are a fan of the book and you go and watch the movies, you're like, why is she pretty?
Sure.
And it can be jarring. Whereas if you watch the movies first and then read the books, you'd be like, okay, I kind of get it. I can appreciate it a little bit more. You're getting more context to the film when you read the book second.
Game of Thrones, there's a lot of that.
Well, okay, but yeah.
Like the imp was supposed to be like a terrifying, noseless, deformed creature.
Also, the book
white-haired,
is like
long.
An entire novel of a boat ride that doesn't really go anywhere. So, like, you can go both ways. Like, the show, it ends, he's never going to finish this whole thing. There's no way. He's just like, I can just keep promising this until I die.
Well, every one of these books took him forever.
Well, right. Which I'm not a writer. I can't do this. I have nothing to say. I can't do this.
Him steeping himself in the history that built on, like, all of this was borrowed.
Well, yes,
all of it was borrowed. He's borrowing this from history and then twisting it and moving it in there.
And it was
But there's no better storyteller than reality. Nothing's more crazy than what's actually happened.
Oh my God. The crazy things that happen to us. I'm excited for new crazy things that happen to us.
So speaking of new crazy things that are about to happen to us, great segue, Sam.
I am a segue queen.
We've got so much going on.
Oh my God.
Let's take a beat. Let's rest our eyes for everything that's going on. Let's take a nap about what everything is going on.
Well, this weekend, pre-spooky season.
Yeah. This weekend, we have Summerween, and that's happening at Mad Planet.
I'm so excited.
We're very excited about this. That's always a really good time.
This is going to be a great preview for something else we have coming up.
Yes. And we'll jump ahead and talk about that. So the Tiki Barge is coming.
Yes. So we have a Tiki boat, Tiki Goth boat. So if you want to have a Tiki-themed Goth dance party on a boat, we got you.
Yeah. Which is a very niche. We've decided that we are going to create such a niche that there's going to be one guy ultimately that comes on our boat.
No, this would sell out. I mean, by the time they see this,
I want to make a niche so specific.
One guy.
That there would be a single attendee and only him would be interested, or her, would be interested in coming to this event.
But
this is not that.
It's not that, because there's a lot of people that love
But we're getting there. We're getting closer.
Well, and we've got a good tiki community in Milwaukee. There's a new couple that took over the old Trader Nick's, which they are renovating it. I'm very excited for that to reopen. We've got Foundation.
Yeah, so
which
we've
is
got
an
a
institution.
goth, tiki, boat, dance party.
You know what? Okay, I'm going to say this. By the time this comes out, we'll probably be sold out.
Yeah, sure.
Because this is just how this happens. So if we're not sold out by the time you see this, grab it now. You're probably one of the last tickets.
Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to send out the newsletter.
Oh,
if you're not on our newsletter, check out our newsletter.
Otherwise, you're not going to get.
You're not going to get these tickets.
No. And if for
I haven't done the newsletter, and I think we're already 40% sold out.
Yeah, exactly. And so there is one chance. So if there's always somebody that emergency can't come on the boat for some reason.
Yeah. Come to the dock.
Come to the dock. Wait there.
We can
there's
get you
always a
taken care
chance that somebody will give up their ticket and then you'll be able to come. So there's an option for that as well. But Summerween is this weekend at Mad Planet, and that is going to be super fun. I'm probably going to just wear the same outfit for both nights, to be honest with you. But
August 22nd, we have Postmodern Sleaze at Mad Planet.
Oh, that's right.
Or I'm in at X-Ray Arcade.
I'm going to be gone.
Yeah, you are.
I'm so sad.
Yep. She's going to be partying in her her kayak.
And my little Airbnb,
That's right.
Where I'm just going to watch horror movies by myself in this little Airbnb, on the ocean. So.
And then we have the Toronto boat.
Yes.
The maiden voyage of the Toronto, the Canada boat.
I'm saying Canada until they physically arrest me, because then I'd be in jail in Canada. And I'm sure that would be better than being free in the United States right now.
And that's going to be happening on the Jubilee Queen. Very excited about that.
Which literally you're leaving for that boat the day I get back into town.
Yep.
So we're just
high five.
We're lady hawking it.
That's right.
And one person will get that reference.
Yeah. Yeah. The other one that we have is we are going to be doing the Bayview Bash.
Oh, yeah. I love Bayview Bash.
And we are going to be doing
Jazz in the Park.
Jazz in the Park. So two big, well-established festivals here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So if you'd like to join us, come on out. Those are going to be free to attend. We'd love to see you. Come dance away, all ages.
Scary Lady Sarah is coming to Jazz in the Park with us.
That's right.
So
we're bringing Scary Lady Sarah for that one.
And Bayview Bash is just a great time. It's so fantastic.
For sure.
And then we've got spooky season then coming up too with our New Orleans vampire boat.
We do.
So New Orleans vampire boat. If you do not have a destination for Halloween, now we have a destination for you.
And Cleveland, we're going to have your boat coming.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about Cleveland.
I need to get on that. I've been slacking.
You know what,
I have been slacking hard.
Cleveland has just shown up. They're
Cleveland's
amazing.
good.
I actually out on Lake Erie, doing a goth boat on Lake Erie is insane.
It's so good.
And
then Sam?
Yeah?
Yep.
That's all I got because I'm going on vacation.
Vacation.
I do have actually, next week we're going to be doing Something Happened by Arthur Avalos. He doesn't know this yet, so I'm going to tell him after this.
Nice.
He's going to be very excited. He's got the one novel out. He was at Spooky Frog last year. I met him at Slay the Lake. But then I've also got a little preview. So I'm not going to talk about this really this week. I might not even talk about it next week. But there is an author named Ross Kiley. He sent us some books. He's got a re-release of his book about a podcast.
Very nice.
Called Stuck to a Monster.
Nice.
It's got this is a really cool bookmark.
I love it.
It's super cute. So it's going to do the thing where I don't know, I'll have to do the influencer thing where I got to block out your face or something. But
sure.
We will talk about that in a week or two. We're skipping a week. Next week we'll have a show. I'll talk about Arthur Avalos' book. And then we are going to skip a week because I will just not be here.
Yep.
So we'll revisit in September after that.
Awesome.
I'm going to finish this pizza.
Well, thanks so much for joining us and happy anniversary.
Happy Podiversary.
Podiversary. Okay, bye.
Bye.